everyone, and welcome to a quick tour of the PubMed database. PubMed is a mostly open access, searchable collection of peer-reviewed, scholarly, and scientific journals in the sciences and health sciences, managed by the National Institute of Health's National Library of Medicine. We're going to look at how to use PubMed to search for current, peer-reviewed, and free and full-text articles. You don't need a subscription to access PubMed, but we'll still look really quickly at how to navigate there from the Shoreline homepage and Shoreline Library. So under Current Students, we can select this Library tab, and that's going to send us to the Shoreline Community College Library homepage with a lot of great resources, including down here, all the different ways to get in touch with librarians to ask questions throughout your research process. We could use this One Search tab to search for PubMed, but I also want to show you how to access all of our library databases. So using this database tab here, we're going to note that this is all of our databases, 109, so I highly recommend using this Subjects drop-down tab to help narrow down the databases that are going to be most relevant for your research. So we've got like biology, dental hygiene, pretty much anything that Shoreline has classes on. So let's select for nursing. Press the search button, and all the way at the bottom, alphabetically, we're going to find PubMed. And this little orange unlocked icon is also telling us that this is an open access resource. So from here you can see it's a different search interface than say Google or other databases. We're going to start with an advanced search, and you'll notice that there's no filters yet, so those are what we're going to be adding to our results on the next page. But here we're going to use this tab to combine some search terms and develop a query from the box down here. So for an example search, I'm going to try to learn about instances of blood clots in athletes. So I'm going to start with my first keywords and then add to that to create our query down here. So, these might not be the optimal terms to find the information that I'm looking for, but this is kind of my starting point, and I can use these initial results to help refine my keywords and define my topic later. So let's select for search. So you see we get about, 1,700 results, but I'm going to start narrowing down those right away by using the filters on the left side of this page here. First, I always want to select for free and full text so that I only get results that I can access. And because, health sciences research can evolve so quickly, I only want the most current information, so I'll also select for a publication date range of the last 5 years. And you can see also that there's a lot of other additional filters that you could use depending on what kind of research that you're looking for and what kind of demographics you're interested in studying. But with those filters, now I'm down to 349 results, which is a little bit more manageable. And one thing I'm noticing right away is that most of these articles, at least in the titles, are using the more scientific term for blood clots, thrombosis, or, deep vein thrombosis, DVT. And noticing that is going to help me maybe in future searches so I can make sure that I'm using the same language as the other people researching this topic. So let's look at one of these articles. We'll pick this third one here, thrombosis and thrombotic risk in athletes. And you can see that even though we have the full text filter on, we just see the abstract and the conflict of interest statement here. And that's because with PubMed, we have to go over to these full text links to take us out to where these articles are hosted elsewhere online. So it doesn't really matter which one we select, but let's just click on the top one. And now we can see the full article. We can organize it by this table of contents over here. We can download a PDF or just read it online. But also note that many articles, this one identifies keywords for their research, so that can be a really great place to adapt our search terms from as our topic evolves in the future. But before I read through this article, I'm going to return to PubMed just to look at some of the tools and features that we can use in our search. So for example, up here, we have tools where we can email this article to ourselves, we can save it, we can send it elsewhere, and if we select for this Cite tab right here, we can also generate a citation automatically in the style that we need. So let's go to APA. And now we've got at least a starting point when we build a citation for if we use this in our research. And with anything auto-generated, you always want to double check and make sure that everything looks right. But this can, I think, help you stay organized as you research to have your citations generated as you go. And if we scroll down a little bit, even though we don't have the full article on this page, I think that these similar articles results can be really helpful. So if I'm finding the original article relevant to my topic, I can also see PubMed generates for me how other people that are researching and writing about this topic, and I can sort of develop my search even more by seeing what kind of evidence already exists in this area. So I can see that, there's research about causes of blood clots in athletes, we can see treatments, and seeing this existing literature can help me narrow down my topic. The same is true for looking at references, so we could see all 100 references used in this research. And we can follow that chain of research to go back and adjust our keywords if we want to. Like I said, we could maybe change blood clots to thrombosis. Again, we can look at the keywords that this article is even using and suggesting. And just with one article, we're getting a really good starting point for how to continue to evolve this topic and do more research in this area. So hopefully this is a good overview of some starting points for searching and exploring in PubMed. And as you search, we'd love to have you reach out to the library with any questions.